Welcome to the high zone, where the truth hit different, reactions hit deeper, and energy stay high. Tonight we got nothing but bangers after bangers like usual. So please, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so every time I drop, you get notified. Let's get into these videos right now.
I have just gotten a legal complaint from Roblox. I'm not even joking. They have sent a cease and desist letter to me, and they've gone ahead and banned every account I own. And you might be wondering, what heinous crime did you commit to possibly deserve that? Well, what I did was get predators arrested on their platform. Actually, 6 of them. I got 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Some of them, the crimes are so heinous, I can't even say here on TikTok or wherever this is going. And the thing that's crazy about it is that Roblox has taken a more firm action against me, a person getting these people arrested, a person that law enforcement has made public statements saying that they are glad when people like me go ahead and give them information so that they can arrest these people. Roblox has sent me the cease and desist letter, not these predators. That is absolutely insane. And the other thing that's crazy about this is Roblox itself. It is a predator haven. There are games on Roblox like XYZ Public Bathroom Simulator. That's about 7 million visits, and the whole premise of the game is showering together with kids. That is the whole game. If you join it, you're going to see predators, you're going to see naked avatars, you're going to see people peeing and all this sort of weird stuff. If I was a parent and I saw that, I would be outraged. I would be totally outraged. And parents aren't aware of this, and it's so sad. I get emails from kids daily about all the horrible stuff that they're exposed to. I get emails from parents talking about what their kids were exposed to. And there are so many predators on this platform. It is actually unreal. So it's quite crazy to see Roblox go after me, a person trying to get predators arrested off of their platform, than the predators. Why? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Peace, tribe.
That's crazy, Roblox. I mean, we got a lot of parents in here, right? All the parents, comment down below how you feel about Roblox. Are you letting your kids play with Roblox still? But knowing all this wild business going on? Comment down below. Let me know what's going on. Because that's crazy. Facts.
Let me put you on to something they didn't teach in school or church. You ever wonder why the Bible most of us grew up on got his name on it? The King James Version? Like, who even was King James? Well, let me tell you. Through my research, you go do your own. King James was the son of Mary, Queen of the Scots. And when his mother got sentenced to death, he didn't stop it, he didn't speak up, didn't move. But why? It's because he knew if he stayed quiet, he'd inherit the crown. The throne meant more to him than blood. And when Queen Elizabeth died, James became king of both Scotland and England. But you see, here's where the story gets deep. One of the first things he did as a king was authorize his own version of the Bible. Not to get people closer to the Creator, but to make the church fall under royal control. He changed verses, took out whole books, flipped meanings to support obedience to kings. You ever notice how that version teaches you to fear God, obey authority, and accept suffering as divine? That's not accident, y'all. That's agenda. And on top of that, King James wrote a whole book on demonology. He was obsessed with witches and spiritual control. He ran witch trials and executions like it was sport. That's who edited the word, y'all. The man who let his mama die to secure a crown is the same man who shaped generations of spiritual belief. Now ask yourself, if the foundation is corrupted, what happens to everything built on top of it? This ain't about throwing shade at people's faith. It's about knowing the source of where it came from. You got divine power inside of you, and it didn't come from a king. It came from the Creator itself. And that don't require no permission, family. We got to stop following systems that were never made to set us free. And since we talking about who wrote the rules, we also got to talk about the Council of Nicaea too. See, King James wasn't the first one to remix the word. He was just continuing a play that started way back in 325 AD. That's when Emperor Constantine called together a group of bishops, not to connect the Creator, but to unify an empire that was falling apart. They weren't trying to find truth, family. They were trying to control people. So what did they do? They sat in a room, a literal room, and voted on what God should look like. That's where they declared Jesus divine. removed books that didn't match their agenda, and created the idea of a holy trinity to replace older, deeper truths. Whole gospels were banned from it. The Gospel of Thomas, gone. The Gospel of Mary, gone. The Book of Enoch, buried. Why? Because these books taught that the divine was within. And if you know God lives in you, you can't be controlled by them. You see, Constantine wasn't even baptized until his deathbed. He didn't care about the word, he cared about power. And ever since that council, the truth has been filtered through politics, ego, and empire. That's why you've been taught to fear hell, bow to authority, and call obedience faith. But yo, family, the Creator don't need your worship. The Creator wants your remembrance. You don't need a building. You don't need a robe, a preacher, none of that to touch the divine. All you need is stillness. You need truth, your truth. And you need to know you were born with the blueprint already inside of you. So don't let these systems shame your questions. The real ones ask because the soul always remembers. The best way to keep a people enslaved is to always keep them searching for a savior everywhere else but inside of themselves. And now that you know what happened at Nicaea, you ain't just breaking rules. You breaking chain. Stay vigilant, family. Peace.
Was he capping or he rapping? I think he was speaking his truth. I mean, we really got to do our own research out here. We can't just believe any and everything. I mean, the Most High name was changed how many times? You know what I'm saying? And kind of find out, Leonardo da Vinci, you know, he painted the, you know what I'm saying? So do your own research. I mean, like everything else is a rabbit hole. You got to jump into it just to find out what's really going on. So let's keep it moving on that one. Comment down below what you think about that.
Come to your mind when you see this game. Now, a lot of people say violence, chaos, destruction, mayhem, and so on. Some even go so far as to say it should be banned. You wanna know what I think? I think this ain't nothing but an experiment. I don't think the game violent at all. See, when the game first came out, it's not showing you how violent the game is. It's showing you how violent we are. See, when you play this game, you have a choice to walk the streets. Then you also have a choice to do this. You gotta
pay attention, y'all. Everything has a choice. Pay attention.
Choice to chill and just drive a car. Or you got a choice to do this. My point is this. There's a lot of good things you can do in this game, but we only focus on the bad things you can do in this game. Bro, they got missions where you can jump out of a plane and parachute to a destination, and whoever get there first win. They got missions where you can race cars, bro. They got missions where you can arm wrestle. They got missions where you can play tennis. They got missions where you can be a taxi driver and drive people around like you doing Uber. The missions we like to do is the missions that involve drugs, the missions that involve guns, the missions that involve violence, bro. The game is not violent. The game is like life, bro. It's like life. You have a choice. You can either choose to do bad or you can choose to do good. Choose to do good or choose to do wrong. In life, that's the same thing in this Grand Theft Auto game. But unfortunately, most of us choose to do wrong. Now, is this game a bad influence on the generation? Yes, it can be, because it's full of curse words. It's full of rap music that's toxic. Bro, they got the Baby and Megan Stallion on this damn game. And you know, they mouth is foul, bro. They say the most nastiest things on their songs. Then again, that goes back to the choice that they're giving you on the game. You gonna listen to toxic rap music, or you gonna listen to something else? Bro, they got country music, they got opera music, they got classic rock and roll music, they got jazz music, They got the chatterbox where you can listen to people just talking. Bro, they got all kind of radio stations on there. But we rather listen to the toxic rap music. Little kids not supposed to be on this game, bro. But yet, when you get on that microphone, bro, you gonna hear kids. I'm talking about 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds cursing you out, bro. Bad, bro. The game is rated either M for mature or rated T for teen. I'm not sure. I forgot. But it ain't rated E, which means for everyone. It's not rated E. So kids not supposed to be on here, bro. It goes back to the choices. If you choose to let your kids play this game when you know it's not for them, be ready for the consequence. What is the consequence? Bro, they're going to adapt to everything going on in this game, and they're going to use it on you. Use it on teachers. Use it on their friends at school. Use it on your company, and you're going to be embarrassed. And that's when the parents will say, nah, man, this game is violent. Nah, not necessarily. See, you chose to let your child get on this game and listen to offensive music, listen to offensive language, listen to rap music that's toxic. Allow him to get in the chat, to listen to people cursing at each other back and forth, and allow him to say curse words as well. You allow him to do missions that focus on sex, money, and drugs. Game is what you make of it. Just like people complaining about the chat, people being in the chat cursing each other out and all that. Bro, you got a choice. Goes back to the choices. You got a choice to cut the chat off. Because in that chat, you got everybody and their mama in there using all type of foul, filthy language. They even saying some racist stuff in there. It be black people, white people, Puerto Rican people, Latin people, African people, Jamaican people, all type of people being in that chat. And you know what I'm saying? And if you listening to all that, that's on you. You have a choice to cut off the chat. So if you got people using racist slur towards you in that chat, cursing at you in that chat, and you cursing back at them, don't say they got you out of character. Don't say the game violent, because you had a choice to shut the chat off. You chose to go back and forth with that person.
Yeah.
So all these Grand Theft Auto games, all of them, even though that was created for you to do the missions, you don't have to, bro. You can just simply drive around like you driving Miss Daisy or something. You can walk around, you can run around. You don't have to do nothing to nobody. You don't gotta do nothing violent on this game. The fact that we choose to do violence on this game shows that the game is not violent. The game is showing how violent we are. The fact that this game sold over 200 million copies shows that, bro, we love violence.
I don't think you guys
To all my GTA players, I mean, was he telling the truth or not? How many kids be in these lobbies going crazy? I mean, going crazy. Sometimes you be like, yo, your mom's here? Your dad home? Because they be talking crazy in the house. I mean, comment down below. What do y'all think about kids playing GTA, especially GTA 6? You're going to have to scan your ID now just to even play. So comment down below what y'all really think about the measures that GTA's putting out there. And should kids be allowed to play with grown-ups? Comment down below.
understand how amazing August is going to be for melanated beings. And here's why I say that, right? A lot of y'all's superpowers are being activated. And anyone that knows melanated people know they come with powers. Okay? Because you are the descendants of Earth. Because this is your territory. Wanna believe it or not, melanated people, neurodivergents, geniuses, people that have autism and ADHD, which they still qualify as neurodivergents, are the only people wired to escape the matrix. Why is it melanated people? Because this is your home. You know how to survive in your home. You are supposed to be taught how to survive in your home, right? In your natural habitat. Okay? So let's go on and talk about it. So December 21st, 2021, the curse that was placed on melanated beings millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, broke. And every melanated being's genius DNA and superpowers were supposed to be activated, right? And they started getting activated, but you know, the inorganic ones, the elites, the deletes, they're going to do everything that they need to do so that melanated beings don't activate, don't awaken to their powers, and understand you are the blueprint. Stop looking for everybody else to be the blueprint, because you are the blueprint. This is your environment. This is your home. You have superpowers, right? So that's why summer of 2022 we had, the sun gets so hot people couldn't take it. You had the bar brawl, not the bar brawl, that Mississippi brawl on August the 2nd. The sun got so hot, like people were passing out, dying, stuff like this, because that's when people's genius DNA was supposed to be activated. They stopped it. But this time around, they can't stop it, right? And then here's another way they tried to stop it. They were going to implement Jim Crow laws in Mississippi again. Couldn't do it, right? Schumann resonance have been off the charts. Solar flares. These, the atmosphere, Mother Gaia is awakening. She's cleansing. Her chakras are being activated, unlocked. That's why all these portals are activating, right? Portals come with power. Anything that's man-made will not be able to survive these portals opening up. A lot of people are going through Christ consciousness at this time. Hence, manifest, right? When the plane flew into Jamaica, Montego Bay, Jamaica, and they disappeared for 5 years. No, they went into these higher realms. Christ consciousness had been unlocked, activated, right? That's what that meant. It was like the split. They were telling you about the split. Thank you, God. The split between the two. High frequency, chosen, divine, low vibrational, 3D, narcissist, and so on and so forth, right? So it's literally like everybody's genius DNA is being activated, right? Because let me tell y'all this too. The reason why a lot of humans only live past a certain amount of time, like to get to a certain age, is because humans' DNA was kept. Meaning, right, because you have genius DNA, you have junk DNA, you have different variations of DNA, right? We have 96 strands, and they're going to soon find out we actually have more than that, especially if you're a genius, okay? So everybody's DNA was kept, except for the chosen ones, the divine beings. Even some of their DNA was kept. That's why you go through these hard times, these karmic cycles, generational curses, because you have to break that off, right? So with that, not only is melanated beings being activated, everyone's DNA is being uncapped, meaning unlocked, unlimited potential. I'm talking about shit's finna get supernatural. So, I hope y'all ready in a good way. Obviously, it's gonna be, because with good is bad. People don't understand that, right? Yin and yang, there's polar opposites to everything. That's why it's a spectrum. On this side is one thing, on this side is another thing, right? You have to know with the good, it's reminding me, I'm seeing like the Incredibles in my third eye, right? So that may be significant to this download as well. Jimmy Neutron, boy genius as well. And that movie, the 8, Super 8, that's a hotel. What the fuck are you talking about? The movie about the 8, like, divine beings. Y'all know, list it if y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so you have to know, with all these divine beings getting activated and their DNA getting activated and their superpowers getting activated, there is going to be the dark being activated as well. It's about to get crazy.
It's not failing because of Trump. It's failing.
I'm not going to knock nobody down low. That's what I'm not going to do. I think the way she's retaining the information is a little bit too much. It's clustered. You know what I'm saying? The information was coming out too clustered. I mean, she got to slow it down and break it down a little bit, because she lost me a little bit. But she was speaking facts on a lot of things, but I think she needs to slow down the information. Comment down below what y'all thought about the information she was delaying to the masses. Let's keep it moving.
Because you don't want to lose your couch.
You weren't supposed to hear this. Every system has a name. Democracy, socialism, capitalism. But the one you're living in right now, they never told you its name. Because the moment you know it, you'll see every single move they made. They've replaced landowners with data lords, armies with algorithms, and the taxes you pay are hidden inside every tap, every swipe, and every decision. They've built something I call technocratic feudalism, and inside it, they run a program called manufactured friction. It's the reason why you're never allowed peace for long. The reason why there's always a crisis, a feud, or a fight. Chaos isn't a mistake. It's the business model. But chaos alone isn't enough. They've turned your life into compliance capitalism, where you don't just pay for access, you have to prove obedience.
You know what I think the Trump and the Republican Party are actually betting on? Not the courts, not even election, not even the lies. I think that they're betting on you. I think that they're betting that no matter whatever happens, when push comes to shove, you're going to do what's necessary to hold on to your little bit of crumbs no matter what. Because let's be honest, people care more about their position in the hierarchy than the fact that the hierarchy even exists. You'll fight your neighbor over a parking spot, but you won't fight your government when it steals from you in broad daylight.
Every border, every transaction, every digital checkpoint is a test. Are you still following the script? And if you think this is just your country, you've already lost. Because this is corporate colonialism 2.0. Nations are bought with debt, governments are just regional offices, and your president isn't the CEO, he's customer service.
I mean, so you say, but you're not really mad enough to do anything. And see, they know that. They know that most people would rather hang on to the little bit of scraps that they have than risk those scraps to push back against something. That house you still paying the bank for, that car note, those clothes, that jewelry, all of that stuff keeps you in check more than any law ever could. And here's the irony. The same system that you claim is broken, you're still loyal to it. I mean, you'll complain about it, sure, but deep down, you'll obey it because you don't want to drop from the middle of the ladder to the bottom. So you'll protect it, even if that means protecting the very people that are destroying you.
I found two completely separate videos that I'm sure don't even follow each other. And if you see the message, I put it together so y'all could see. I hope you get the message I was trying to convey.
Samurais were Negro people, guys. Very powerful stuff. Let's get started with this book right here on the screen. It's called The Epitome of the Ancient History of Japan by N. McLeod. Okay, this is a very old book, published in the year 1878, guys. Okay, let me put that right there so you guys can see. Let's see what this book tells us about the people, you know, who became the samurai. Okay, here we are on page 1 of the book. It's called Epitome of the Japanese Ancient History. Okay, so look at it right here, guys. The Empire of Japan is peopled by 3 distinct races. There are 3 races that made up the original Empire of Japan. Okay, the first one were these guys called the Ainu race, the aboriginals of the northern parts of Japan. Okay, so the second one is a little race, the aborigines or the aboriginals of the southern region of Japan, guys. Okay, so that's the second race, the second distinct race. Now the third race is the main people I want us to focus on in this video. Okay, they are called the Jewish race. Now if you guys don't know, Jewish people are Israelites, guys. Okay, and the Jewish race. But let's see what else this book calls them. The descendants of the princes the samurai. Yes, these people are the ones that became the samurai, guys. Okay, so the Jewish race, the descendants of the princes, samurais, and the people of Jinmu Tenno. Very important name to not forget. Okay, because this Jinmu Tenno, he became the first emperor of Japan. Very important character. Okay, so let's see how another history book describes them. Yeah, it's very important. Okay, the people that Jinmu Tenno conquered Japan with. So look at the book. It's called Who is Who in Philadelphia, okay, by Charles Fred White. This book was published in 1912, guys, before World War One. World War One was 1914 to 1918. This is 1912, okay, 2 years before. So let's see what it says about Jinmu Tenno, okay, the man who brought the samurai, the Jewish race to Japan. Look at this. Here we are on page 197 of the book. Look at what it says right here. Very powerful stuff. It says, all Japanese cultures, religions, education, the Shindei language are distinctly Mongolian. Jinmu Tenno, yes, that man that I showed you in the previous book, who brought the Jewish race to Japan, brought Negroes with sun and fire worship from Mesopotamia and through Manchuria. Okay, he brought them where? To Japan, guys. Very powerful, but it's very important that you hear this. Jinmu Tenno brought Negroes, the people that were with him, the samurai, the Jewish race. They were Negro people. Yes, they were, you know, worshipping sun and fire. That's most likely some paganism that has blended into their religion, guys. Okay, most likely. But it's very important that you see. In fact, let me read this bottom section because it's something very powerful there that confirms that the samurai that we read about right here, the Jewish race who were the descendants of the princes and the samurai, that those were actually Negroes. Look what it says right here. To be a good samurai, which is a fighting servant, yes, one must have half black blood in one's veins. Why? Why does one have to have at least half black blood to be a good samurai? Because the original samurai were the Negroes that Jinmu Tenno brought to Japan, guys. Those were the people, the Jewish race. They were the samurai. Very powerful stuff, okay? So this was an old proverb. In those days, they were not ashamed to acknowledge their black descent. Okay, so yes, Japan, Jinmu Tenno and his people were Negro people who came and conquered Japan. Okay, yes, very, very powerful stuff. Okay, this history is something that you will not learn in school. I'm sorry, you will not see it in movies, you will not see it on TV shows or documentaries. This stuff is not being taught. So you can only find this truth by reading many of these old books. This one is from like 1884, so very old, guys, very old stuff. Okay,
Everything is hidden in the books. Everything is hidden in the books. Gotta dive deep. Gotta read. It's not about watching movies all day or jumping on YouTube. You have to read.
You have no idea what the empire. Now, look at the. See? You saw this building? Look at this building on the left. Look at the sigil in that building. That is the Imperium coat of arms. Right there. That is the Imperium coat of arms all the way to Sweden. So when I told you an empire, you think it's a book? You think I'm making the shit up? When I told you it's worldwide, you think I'm making shit up, bro? Oh, you sadly mistaken, bro. This is the story they don't want you to know, bro. They don't want you to know that you really run the fucking world at one point. And now you proud to celebrate Juneteenth? Nigga, are you serious, bro? Do you know what story you got, bro? Oh no, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea. Let me keep rocking for you. Let me keep rocking for you. Because you don't really know what this empire was, what IT empire was. Do you get that, bro? Let me show you this right quick. You see what you're looking at? These are schools. These schools been there for a long time. I'm talking about here in the mainland. This is in St. Louis. Before the U.S. hijacked those things. These things is, I'm telling you, what you call the United States belong to the Imperium. All of this is Imperium territory, and they're just pretty much taking over control. They take over these things. But we bet all of this was yours, was the empire territory stuff. So now ask yourself, how the fuck so-called Haitians have school for aviation? Let me say this again. So they told you that you were not supposed to drink in the water fountain. There was segregation, but somehow Haitians in the mainland have their homeschooling for aviation, as opposed to it right now in the Air Force.
Notice how there is no cables from here to here.
That was the angry chief, man. He be cooking. I'm hearing a lot about this Haiti empire business, man. I mean, you gotta do your own research. That's a rabbit hole. You know they're gonna make that one a rabbit hole. Like, you're gonna need parachutes and bungee cords for that rabbit hole. Seriously. Let's keep it moving.
Here. You might ask, why is that important? Here's why. The reason you will never see these cables connected is because look how far the distance is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and the vast distance from 1 to 3. But Ryan, what about these cables here? Oh yeah, you mean the short distance right here? But you might ask yourself, Ryan, why is that important? Over 99% of the world's internet traffic, including international phone calls and data transfers, rely on cables. Not satellites, cables. Y'all, pull up any map of sea cables and you will see that none of these touch. Because we live on a flat, geocentric plane, just like the Word of God says. In Revelations 29, and they, talking about the angels, went up on the breadth of the earth. What is that? That is Strong's G4114. Breadth meaning plateaus, has a root word, breadth, suggesting great extent. Let's look up this root word plateaus. G4116. G4116 says plateaus, spread out flat. Spread out flat. The Bible is true and you have been deceived your entire life. It's time to wake up, repent of your sins, and know that Jesus Christ is the only one that is truth. And his word shall not pass away. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but the Bible, the word of God, shall never pass away.
What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never.
They got these wires running under the ocean everywhere, bro. Everywhere these wires are. How do they get them down there? It's the real question. When we sleeping? Like, for real, like, these wires run all the way across the world. When did they lay these wires? That's a deep question right there. I mean, I'm gonna have to even look some YouTube videos up on how they lay these wires, because I never seen or heard anybody talk about seeing them lay these wires. Interesting.
See things that they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to wear them.
They told you never to look at the sun. But what if that's exactly what you're meant to do? Sun gazing is the ancient practice of connecting with the sun during the first or last hour of the day. When the UV is low, but the energy is high. Your eyes are more than just cameras, they're receivers. They tell your brain what season it is. They regulate hormones, circadian rhythm, and even your melanin response. You boost dopamine, balance your sleep, and strengthen your skin's ability not to burn. It's like telling your body, prepare. The light has returned, and it's not new. The Egyptians, Mayans, yogis, they all knew. The sun wasn't just a light in the sky, it was divine communication. So no, don't stare into the noon sun, but maybe welcome the light when it rises, and thank it when it sets.
How many of you guys sun gaze? I mean, sun gazing is the best, bro. I love sun gazing. It's just refreshing. Comment down below if you sun gaze.
Subscribe. Ooh, subscribe. Tap that bell, don't let it slide. Comment and vibe. Stay by our side. We in that high zone. Let the light be shown. You ain't alone. Subscribe to higher soon. Subscribe. Subscribe.
That A113 run deep in these movies, man. They definitely put them in the cartoons. Insane.
Because think about it this way. White people didn't...
Technology is a gift and a curse, because without technology, we wouldn't know nothing about no A113 adrenochrome. We wouldn't know about this. And it's been in our faces for years. Years. Let's keep it moving. Comment down below what y'all think about the adrenochrome. That's wild. You know, y'all know what that is, right? You know, when the kids are scared and, yeah. Let's keep it moving.
Undergo 250 years of slavery and its aftermath. White people didn't suffer through racial segregation. White people didn't have a government that restricted their ability to own property, open a business, or own a bank account to grow generational wealth for their children and their children's children. White people didn't have to go through these things. So if we were just to ignore the fact that black people in America had to go through all of these things that have now systemically disadvantaged them even today, and we were instead to say, ignore one's race and treat everybody the same, well then all of a sudden black people will continue to be disparaged. Imagine if you were playing a game of Monopoly with your friends, the banker for whatever reason really fucking hated you, he only gave you 10 bucks, gave everyone else 50 bucks, right? Then Mr. Jesus 2.0, man of equality, walks in and he says, well, I understand that you've been disadvantaged. I have the option to now give you an additional $40 to account for the fact that the banker kind of cheated you out of $40 to begin with, but instead I'm just going to continue to treat you the same way I'm going to treat everybody else. Well, then all of a sudden you're still experiencing a disadvantage today. And when we talk about programs or legislation to say target black Americans or target indigenous Americans, it aims to serve to fix the consequences of systemic forms of oppression in which have disadvantaged black Americans or indigenous Americans historically, which has perpetuated negative consequences that exist today for black Americans or indigenous Americans that don't exist for white Americans.
I agree with you. You know, we pushed them back, we held them down for so long, and, you know, whenever we finally was like, all right, you know, you can do whatever you want, they were down so low that it's hard to get up. I understand that, and I understand that we need to pay a little price, but, you know, the question's going to come in, when does it stop?
That boy was blowing some ether in his hands. Y'all seen that? Yeah, he was spitting fire. I mean, it starts with the young people, man. It starts with the young people acknowledging acknowledging what was going on, and the young people have a choice to change things. And I think that's very important for the community. Comment down below what y'all think about what young boy was spitting.
My dad and I were the same age when he bought the house that I grew up in. $225,000 was the price of a 4-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms, a backyard with a pool, and a beautiful front yard. That's the house I grew up in. Privileged, I know. Thank you. That house, when we moved out, was sold for $1 million. Now, I don't know if you know how math works, but that's $800,000 difference. In what universe could, at me, my age, afford a house like that? Please explain. I make more money than my dad did at 25. And I can't even sniff that shit, brother. So when you come on here and talk about, oh, to be young again, to not understand how things work. No, you're old as shit and you have no idea how things work. You're retired and get to golf every day. Good for you, brother. But don't come in here and act like you understand the same shit that we go through. Because it's not the same. Stop speaking about this like you understand anything and swing your stupid golf club.
Okay, so this is really getting to a point where why a lot of young people are very frustrated right now. And these are the things that Trump and Republicans are trying to fix. I got to tell you, they got a lot ahead of them. So when you break down what this dude is saying, and this is going crazy viral all over the internet because there's a lot of people that are his age that are feeling this stuff. What he's saying is that the house that he grew up in at the price that his dad bought it at his age, he literally, number one, that same house would be $1 million right now. And number two is like that money doesn't go as far as it used to go. There's a lot of different reasons that people are feeling this frustration. And I think that on both left and right, people are going about it from different ways, right? So on the left, they always want to be socialist. So you have people on the left, like look at New York City with Mamdani, right? So you got a lot of people that can't afford to do anything, that are broke, that are always poor, et cetera, et cetera. So on the left, they blame billionaires, they blame the wealthy, they think socialism is gonna fix everything, like they're completely insane. I think that on the right, we're better at sort of identifying these problems and fixing them. And you know, I know I got a lot of boomers that follow me, and we love y'all, but y'all grew up and came up in a much different world than the younger people have to compete in. So now, and this is why I'm so hardcore about unchecked illegal immigration, because now younger people nowadays, particularly younger people of color, black, brown, whatever you want to call it, have to compete with illegal immigrants for these resources. Or even if you think about the H-1B visa situation, when you got a lot of people coming from India for these jobs, et cetera, they're coming from these places. They have enough money to be financially supported. They're getting good jobs. And by the way, they are coming with enough wealth to put up, 25-30% down payment on a home. So I think that it's the unchecked illegal immigration. I think that is the total greed of people that have allowed this unchecked illegal immigration to absolutely destroy this country, which is why young people like this man are in the situation they're in. You can be mad at him, you can tell him to work harder, but there is something very real about what he is saying. And thank God that we have who's in the White House in there, because hopefully we can fix it for the next generation.
The quotes I was getting just didn't make sense to me.
I mean, it's crazy out here for this generation. Well, for my generation, it's hard. And the older generation think it's easy. It's not the same anymore, man. Like, the boomers was getting a house for like 10 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand. It's all profit for them. It's all profit for them. Not for us. It's hard out here for us. I mean, a shack cost like $400,000 just for a shack, and that's crazy. Comment down below on what he was saying, Comment down below on what he was saying, because I thought he was speaking actual facts. Comment down below on your thoughts. Let me know.
With a rising credit score and no accidents, Larry Johnson went shopping for new auto insurance.
He told me that I had a low insurance score, and I didn't know what that meant.
For 6 years now, Johnson and his family have been big fans of the Life 360 app.
My whole family uses it. We have kids that are driving, that go to school, so we want to keep up where everybody is.
He's now learned the app was keeping track of something else. his family's driving.
It's shocking, and it feels, like a violation almost. I mean, I don't mind signing up for something if I know what I'm getting myself into.
But this lawsuit by the Texas Attorney General alleges a data broker called Arity embedded tracking technology in popular apps, including Life 360 and Gas Buddy, without telling consumers what was happening. Quote, when a consumer downloaded the third-party app onto their phone, they also unwittingly downloaded defendant's software. Defendants could monitor the consumer's location and movements in real time.
We have no way of knowing how this is going to be used against us.
Online privacy expert Sarah Gagan says confusing and lengthy terms of service notifications don't give companies free rein with your data.
You're opting into an app that is supposed to be about family safety. You don't understand that that means through many, down the ecosystem, down the data chain, that actually is your car insurance company.
While you likely have never heard of Arity, you probably have heard of its owner, Allstate Insurance, who doesn't just use the data itself, but sells it to other insurance companies too.
You're getting similar quotes from similar insurance companies because they're pulling from the Arity database.
And how good even is that data?
Anything big comes in front of my vehicle, it's going to automatically stop.
Tina Marie Johnson opted in to the Safe Driving app through her insurer until seeing it in action.
Last year alone, my rates went up 3 times, and I have no accidents, no speeding tickets, no nothing.
Johnson says the app regularly dings her for unsafe driving for her car's automatic braking. Then there was the time she was using a handicapped scooter while shopping inside the grocery store.
It was reading me driving, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
When we reached out to Arity, they pointed us to this exhibit in their legal filing in the Texas lawsuit, showing that consumers allow location data and motion data to be shared when they sign up for Life 360.
It's not really telling you that the information that it's sharing is going to affect you down the line and cost you more money.
And in their legal response, Arity claims, quote, the Arity companies are separate and distinct legal entities from the Allstate Corporation and its insurance company affiliates. But when Channel 2 Action News reached out to Arity for a comment on this story, it was an Allstate representative with an Allstate email address who responded, writing that there is clear notice and an explicit opt-in process. Larry Johnson didn't just delete Life 360, but plenty of other apps on his phone, too.
I look for location, I look for tracking data, and I look to see what they do with that data, and if I can opt out or not. Now, if I can't, then I don't use the app.
Have y'all seen what?
I mean, at this point, it's a data war. Everybody wants your data. Your data is very valuable. Can I sell my own data? Where? I mean, everybody wants your data, bro. It's all about data, even down to TikTok. They want that data because they making a lot of money off this data. They're not even, it's going to be a point they don't even care about you spending money anymore. They just want your data. They want to know what you doing, how you doing it, where you moving, where you going. It's crazy. Comment down below if you feeling all this tracking business, because this tracking business is getting out of hand. Even Instagram had an error with the app the other day where it was showing your location, anything you post, which is crazy. So, yeah, this whole data war is crazy. And the whole internet, throw it away. Nah, we need it, but throw it away. Let's keep it moving.
People been posting recently? Look at this crap right here. Cheesy chips at South, $5 a bit. They paid $6.75 US for this. Oh, Lord. They call this a double cheeseburger. Where's the other patty? Also, what do British people have against melted cheese? Look at that. Cheesy chips from Gloucester City.
Some thick cheese.
You just slap cheese on that, mother. Not one bit was ever melted. You telling me they almost paid $9 US for some soggy ass fries and 2 slaps of cheese on that?
Crazy.
Like, you've got to be kidding me. Look at this. Cheesy chips with a bread cake. What is a bread cake? Not to mention their salt distribution suck ass. Here's another one. Chips, cheese, and sausage? What? Like straight out the can? You're not gonna grill it up or something? Not warm it up? No? Again, with the beans. Like, let me show y'all what we do here in Cali. Look at these, man. Carne asada fries, man. That's how we do in here. You can't go wrong with some cheesy bacony fries or some chili cheese fries with jalapenos and sour cream. And if you're from San Diego and go to Petco Park, go get the tri-tip fries.
Say hi, Dada.
She's my cousin, but...
I feel him all the way, chat. I feel him all the way. Who's having fries with slice of cheese? Comment down below if that's your thing. Some fries with slice of cheese. Yeah, let's keep it moving on that one. That's crazy. No, not for me.
Everybody, like, oh, man, she's fine. I was like, yeah, that's why I kind of put a ring on.
What in the Alabama trap house kind of bullshit is that? This can only be happening in two places, either Alabama or Arkansas, because either one of them states, their family trees look like telephone poles. They don't never fork. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? The state mottos in Alabama and Arkansas are come to our states. We need your DNA. The only thing missing in this video was roll tide or call that damn hog. That is the shit I'm talking about. This is... Oh, y'all got to quit telling everything. And sir, you need to find you some better friends, because I got some fucked up friends, but somebody's going to talk me out of that shit. I can hope. Good Lord, help us to fuck on. She's kind of fun, so I put a ring on it. Shut the fuck up. Y'all got to quit. Y'all got to quit putting this kind of shit on this app. Y'all be careful and learn something today.
Why has nobody been to the...
Bro said that was his cousin. People kept saying she fine. So he had to put a ring on it? He put a ring on his cousin, bro.
in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. It's my question. I want to know what I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
I have noticed that most of the guests are mostly white male.
Running in circles. Running in circles.
Of 22 episodes.
Yeah,
that you've
let's
had.
get into that.
No, but you
take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. What's going on here? Oh, this really pisses me off. But go ahead. Really pisses me off. People think it's the census or something. I mean, this has got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? It's just funny. You know, funny is the world that I live in. You're funny, I'm interested. You're not funny, I'm not interested. I have no interest in gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is kind of with their little calculating, is this the exact right mix? To me, it's anti-comedy.
It's crazy that some people watch a show, a successful well-made show, and the only thing they care about is that there is not enough diversity. This mindset is what keeps racism alive. If you cannot enjoy something unless it checks your diversity box, the problem isn't the show, it's you.
Have you guys heard of pickup basketball?
This is amazing.
What y'all thought about that? You know, I mean, why? It's always a topic, man. I mean, you know, there's no black people in the rooms, black people in the room. We trigger that effect. You know, we trigger that effect. I mean, he got his fans. That's how I look at it. He got his fans, and other comedians got their fans. Some people, you know, some people fans is deep, and some people is, I guess, it's not that deep. I don't know. I mean, comment down below, chat. I really don't know that one. I don't know everything. I'm not going to act like I know everything. Comment down below, because I'm kind of confused on, you know, kind of people or only people that go to his shows. I tell the truth, I don't even like Jerry Seinfeld. So I'm guessing there's a lot of people that's like me who don't like Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, I think the jokes be dry. That's just my generation. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Comment down below.
Listen to this. Guys will go to a court on like a Saturday morning with a ball and just be like, next.
I got next.
they go just knowing other like-minded basketball-loving humans are going to be in the vicinity, and they're just gonna like play games together.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
just gonna play games.
It's the greatest.
So I asked my husband, I was like, how do you like make the teams? And he's like,
And
you
you-
just
you
like
run it?
formulate them.
You
It's
run
like,
it?
okay, us
You want
3,
next?
us 4, like us 5. I'm
You
like,
want- okay, we got 5. We got 5. We're next.
what chaos? What absolute madness? Can you imagine? I'm like, is there a piece of paper where you're writing people's names down?
No.
Whoever has next is like, writes their
I don't know
names
one name
on a
of one
chalkboard.
person.
And then like, how do you know who's on your team if you're not wearing matching costumes? Like, you just met these people. How do you know you're not bouncing the ball to the wrong person?
Maybe
He
shirts and
says the winning
skins.
team just stays on the court and the losing team just gets off. Just
Walk
gets
off.
off. And a
Walk
new
off.
group of basketball loving humans comes onto the court and then they play
Yeah.
that winning team.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what happens if the losing team is like, yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Oh,
We
that's
run
never
this court.
happened.
We're
Never
staying.
once happened.
He said, I've played thousands of games and that's never happened.
Never once. But if the
You're telling me
winning team wins too
that
many
in pickup
times,
basketball, there's just a peaceful transfer of power.
we'll reshuffle it so
Pickup
it's
game after
more
pickup
even.
game after pickup game. And he said,
Yeah.
yes. I would be a wreck on my way to that court. It'd be Saturday morning, white knuckles, driving. Oh my God. What if they don't let me play? What if they don't like me? What if they hit my shoes?
It's
I
the
bring
most
snacks.
chill environment.
I'd
Well,
be like,
it
hey
gets heated
guys, I'm
sometimes.
here.
It's
I got my
competitive,
basketball.
but
It's all pumped with air, and here are orange slices, and I brought juice and water for anybody who forgot it. I'm trying to make myself the most favorite person.
oh, we would love that. Juice and water?
This is just the most chaotic thing in the world,
It's not. It really
and it
isn't.
makes so much sense.
What's black? Basketball is a genius sport. I mean, it's a genius sport. You have to be a genius to play basketball. Ain't no other way around it. Let's keep it moving.
Ever works?
I don't know, Granny. What?
Decaf coffee. What does a vegan and an atheist have in common?
I don't know. What?
They're both an insult to God.
What will you have today?
I think I'll have the burger.
Will a vegan burger be alright?
Will Monopoly money be all right? You look great without glasses.
But I don't wear glasses.
Yeah, but I do. Yeah. I haven't seen a man beat a woman this bad since the Olympics. Were you born on a highway?
I don't think so. Why?
Because that's where most accidents happen. Hey, what's the difference between a vegan and a white dude for hairs?
I don't know. What?
A vegan will put meat in their mouth. Daryl, the Christmas lights are not going to hang themselves.
I know.
Neither did Jeffrey Epstein. What sound does a turkey with 2 legs make?
Easy. Gobble, gobble.
What about a turkey with 1 leg?
I don't know. What?
Wobble, wobble.
How are people reporting like
Yo, Granny was going in, man. Spam some love for Granny. Granny speaking her stuff, man.
different? You know, how are people tackling this cost of living?
Personally, I'm not. I had to move out of San Diego. I'm from Southern California, but it's too expensive. Even with full-time work, I had 2 full-time jobs, working on the weekends and at night and in the morning. I still couldn't save up enough money for a deposit for a studio apartment or anything, frankly. So I had to make a change. Right there is the border wall with Mexico and the United States. One side is San Diego, one side is Tijuana. Now I live on the Tijuana side. While the difference is only 2 blocks, I have a substantially cheaper cost of living. Currently, I'm renting a studio apartment for about $100 a week. I've seen comparable priced places going as far as a 2-bedroom with the same price point, $400 or $500 a month. The same kind of place in San Diego, 2 blocks away, would cost you upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 or $3,000. To go to work, I cross the border in the morning. A few times a week, I do Amazon Flex shifts, and in about 2 full-time days, I pay my rent for the month. The thing is, I don't go every day because it's kind of a headache. So while I technically earn less, I have a greater purchasing power, effectively. So 5 months ago, basically, I moved to Tijuana and went from being full-time employed with 2 jobs, living in my van for years because I couldn't save the deposit, to having an apartment and having transportation and a pretty decent paying job relative to my cost of living. But isn't it dangerous? Isn't it unsafe? A little bit, it can be. But literally, as I'm saying that, the police roll by. There's constantly a presence, so it does feel a little bit safe for that reason. Living in your car is not safe either. Being in your car is you're harassed all the time. You're bothered by strangers trying to steal your stuff. That's not a good life either. So while it's not a perfect solution, it's a solution for now, and it works, and I've improved my quality of life by moving 2 blocks. Follow for more about the cost of living in Mexico.
They squeezing everybody. Everybody's getting squeezed. It's hard out here. That's just the point. That's it.
I don't understand. We need this store. We do.
Alicia Batson shopped here on Monday and was going to come back here for groceries today. As soon as our interview was done, she started to cry. Part of the reason why she was so emotional may be because of what she told us in the first 30 seconds of our conversation.
What are we supposed to do as a community? Where am I going to go now? Where am I going to go get stuff for my kids?
How do you say rice in your language? I speak Arabic, so we say riz.
I speak Panda, and we call this the chicken fried rice. Do you want to grow up?
Okay, we're gay, but we're in Barnes & Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section. And this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the gay BC.
Binary? Nobody puts baby in a pink or blue corner?
Bro, I think we're losing gay marriage pretty soon. It's gonna make people fucking hate gay people again.
Gay BCs, you're not ready. You hold us. B is for bi. This is crazy. We're gay, but this is crazy.
G is for grooming.
What? For a baby?
G is for gay. This word's just for you. You're buying this children's book and it calls your kid gay. This word's just for you.
I is for intersex. It's pushing it. For a baby, this is pushing it.
This is not pushing it. This is beyond everything. D is for drag, and this is gay baby ABCs. F is for, F should be for FBI. And what I think is so funny about this is that you even have like lesbian couples that are like, guys, this is not good. This is too much. It's a book for gay babies. Like this is insane. How did this, bro, like, how did this happen?
I'ma miss you.
Chat, comment down below. Please comment down below, chat. No words for that, chat. Comment down below. For entertainment purposes only. Comment down below.
I'ma miss you. Huh?
What you for the transfer?
No, Santa Claus need his little helpers.
It took bro a second to contemplate the level of disrespect he just received. Then he looked like he was about to come across that desk like Peter Dinklage in Elf.
Got my main dish cooking my side dish. I got the Krabby Patty formula. I ain't using no plankton tactics. I'm Mr. Boiled Out Water and Mr. Krabs go backflip.
Okay, that's funny.
Representative, will you commit to opposing a nationwide abortion ban?
Will you commit to putting some sunscreen on those legs? Man, I gotta wear welding goggles out here. They're so wide.
Wow. Wow, roast them. Finish them. Welding goggles is crazy.
But the reason why it was up is because bed bugs were found on one of these benches out here. That's the reason why they put these security things. But according to the officials that we talked to, the problem out here could have been much worse.
What specifically are you saying? Like, what happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have.
Energy things? What do you mean?
Well, they call them interdimensional beings. I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have. And that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion and I think the history that we currently know and that kind of spins off into another topic of, you have the modern day Bible, you have this aspect of Bibles or books of the Bible that have been removed that explain and kind of touch on these topics. And I think that we're in a time and age where you have such a vast amount of information that we have access to via social media, via your cell phone, via the internet. And so it's really changing the way that we understand, the origins of life and the spiritual reality that we know.
When you
currently.
say interdimensional beings, that they know that these are interdimensional beings, how do they know that?
Based on testimony would be based on witnesses that have come forward. But what I can tell you is
So the witnesses just were told that they were interdimensional?
that they've seen things. And what I can tell you without getting into classified conversations is that there have been incidences that I believe where very credible people have reported that there have been movement outside of time and space.
That's very vague.
Yeah. So, look.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Look. Have I seen a portal open? No. Have I seen a spaceship? Personally, no. Have I seen evidence of this? Yes. Have I seen photo documentation of aircraft that I believe were not made by mankind? Yes. Is there historical significance to this? Yes. Is there multiple events that go back to, I would argue, maybe even before the time of Christ that have documented this in text? Yes. So do I believe that the government has access to certain technology? Yes, to an extent. And I believe that certain contractors potentially have back engineered this tech. I think that that's what can explain the advancements that we're seeing. But I also believe that this is a dangerous level of hidden information from the American people, because if you have an aspect of the federal government, which I can tell you, I, with two other members of Congress, were denied access to information at Eglin Air Force Base pertaining to whistleblowers because of the fact, and we can get into that story and what happened at Eglin in a second, but we were denied access and told that we don't have security clearance or the read-in authority on a special access program. That's a problem because I'm supposed to represent and be an investigative body, and you have then people who are unelected that are operating basically in secrecy, and that's a problem.
The veil is thinning by the seconds. I mean, Joe Rogan always got that fire, but interdimensional beings it's been a topic for the last few months, down to the Anunnaki supposed to be coming back. So they say. But, you got to keep your heart pure and keep it moving and pay attention. Comment down below what y'all think about these interdimensional beings, like, have you seen one? Have you seen a portal open? Comment down below if you did. Let me know. Let us know. Oh, Grant's got high waters on too. Ooh.
God, bro! Oh my God!
Whoa. Nah, how you sit there? That's wild, bro. That's wild. Gramps is wildin'. I mean, what would you do at that point? Especially if you eating. What would you do at that moment? Comment down below, spam it up. Let me know what would you do if Gramps, they fiery one next to you like that while you having some soup or something with your kids or out on your birthday. Comment down below. What would you do? But anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. And we try to put some bangers on here for you guys. Bangers after bangers. Comment down below what you thought about the videos today. And you know, all these videos have something you can learn from. And some stuff you're gonna laugh to. I mean, get what you can get out these videos. But when you do get something out these videos, do your own research. That's the main important part of these videos. It's awareness, but do your own research. With that said, guys, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every time I drop, you get to know. With no further ado, I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm out of here.